Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new, and in this video I am going to be solving the website authoring part of paper 3 from May-June 2019. I have another video where I'm solving the data analysis part, so go check that out, and without further ado, let's continue. I'll go to page 6 so we can do the website authoring. Task 3, the web page. A new style is to be added to a style sheet to meet the specification. Style H6 must be a 14-point right-aligned font. It should be set to Arial or select the browser's default sans serif font if Arial is not available. This was created. You have the H6 in brackets. You have the font family, which is Arial or sans serif. The font size is 14 points and the text alignment is right. Evaluate in your own words how effectively the CSS meets the specification for the style. Evidence 3. Type your evaluation in your own words into your evidence document. This is what they created. And the first error that I can point out here is that text align. The align is written with two L's and it only has one L. So this is the first mistake they did here. To see the rest of the mistakes, I am going to check for the rest of the errors. I am going to be creating this style in the software. I have created a style and I will compare with what they give us. This is what we have. So we already spotted the first error, which is the alignment. It's misspelled, so we still have to find 3 errors. This is 4 points, so we have 4 errors and we already found one. Another error that I can point out is that there is no space here after the font size and the 14 points. You can see that this adds space here. This does not have any space, so that's the second error. We can see that here Arial, Helvetic and sans serif, they are separated with a comma, and here they are being separated by a dot and comma. This is the third error. We still have to find one more, which can also be the space between the font family and the Arial. It does not have space. There is also space between the 14-point and text align, the right and font family. This is another error. So we have found 4 errors for 4 points, and we just type this into the evidence document under evidence 3. The alignment is misspelled. A dot and comma is used in the font family instead of a comma. No space before or after the dot and comma and the 2 points. You are going to create a web page and edit a style sheet for special disk sales. Many of the people who will view the web page have a very slow internet connection. The web page and style sheet must work in any browser. All color codes must be in hexadecimal. Make sure that your style sheet contains no HTML. 22. Create a new folder called CDS. I'll go into my work area, right click, new folder, and I will name this CDS. I'll place this at top over here. Locate the following files and store them in your SDS folder. I will put this side to side so I can see the name and select from the source files. I have selected them and I will copy them into the folder I just created, which is the CDS. I'll copy them into the CDS, and if we go to the CAS folder we just created, we can see that the files are here. Display the contents of your CDS folder showing the folder name, all file name, extensions, file sizes, and image dimensions. I'll open the folder again, and we have to show their name, which is over here, all file names, which are over here. Then we have to show extensions, which are over here. Have to show file sizes and image dimension. We have file sizes over here, and we also need the image dimensions, which we don't have here. So for them to appear here, we go to text, right click, and we select dimensions, and the dimensions will appear. Evidence 4, take a screenshot showing the contents of your SDS folder and place this in your evidence document. Make sure folder name, all file names, extension, file sizes, and image dimensions are clearly visible. Yes, they are all clearly visible, and I will use the snipping tool to take a screenshot of this. And I will place this under evidence 4. We can increase this so that it is easily seen. 23. Create a web page called sds.htm. I will go into the Microsoft Web Expression and I will create a new HTML. And I will save this as sds.htm in the folder I just created. Go to File, Save As. We choose the folder we created, which is the SDS. And we name this sds.htm. And we save this. This web page must work in all browsers and will have a table structure as shown below. Column A will have 400 of width and 770 of height, which is the total height for the table. Box B will have 700 of width and 170 of height, and the total width for the table will be 700 plus 400, which will be 1100. C, E, F, and G, they have the same width and height, and D has 344 of width and 600 of height. Each table cell is identified with a letter and all dimensions are in pixels. The letters and dimensions shown in the table must not appear on your final web page. Table borders must not appear on the final web page. So we will have to create this table, and to create the table I will first count how many rows and columns we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and we have 1, 2, 3 columns. So 5 rows and 3 columns. I will go over here, more options, and I will change rows to 5 and columns to 3. Then I will specify the width in pixels. 700 plus 400, which is equal to 1100. So the width will be 1100. What we will do is we will merge all cells from the first column. So what I will do is I will select all cells from the first column and I will merge them so that we can have column A. Select all cells from the first column, right click, modify, merge cells. Now I will modify the middle column and the last column so we can have cell B. And now I only have to modify the cells that are left from the last column so that we can have cell D. We have all the cells merged, but we are not yet done with the table. We still have to specify the height and the width for each cell individually. So for A, it's 400 of width and 770 of height. I'll select cell A, right click, cell properties, specify width and height, and make sure that this is in pixels, and the width is 400 and the height is 770, and this will change. Now cell B is 700 of width and 170 of height, so I will click on cell B, right click, cell properties, and I will specify width and height in pixels. Width is 700 and the height is 170. I will do this now for cell D, where the width is 344 and the height is 600. Width and height, to specify them in pixels, the width is 344 and the height is 600. Now we still have to do for the cells C, E, F, and G, and they are all the same. They have the same width and the same height, so I will select them at the same time and do them at the same time. I'm just looking for them. Okay, they're really small over here. I've selected them all. I'll right click on them, cell properties, specify width and height, and the width for this is 356 and the height is 150. And I will, okay, and we can see that our table is done. 24. Place in cell A the following image. Set the width of this image to 4 pixels and maintain the aspect ratio. Cell A is this one over here, so I will place in the SDS disk. Go to cell 1. I will insert a picture and I will open up the folder we created for this, and I will open the STS disk. Add alternate text, and this is basically the text that will appear in case the image does not appear. And the text that I can put here is disk image, STS disk image. And we can see that this is super big. And they say that we have to change the width to 400 pixels while maintaining the aspect ratio. So we click on the image and we go to picture properties, appearance, and we change the width to 400 and make sure that this is in pixels, and we can see that the height automatically changed to 770. This is because we have kept the aspect ratio and the image has decreased. Enter in cell B, which is this one over here, the text special disk cell. Set the style as style H1 and go to cell B, paste. I'll select this and I will choose H1. 26. The most appropriate image from STS button to STS button 4, place in cell C, this one over here, E, this one, F, this one, and J, this one. The button to select cloud storage, in E the button to select hard disk drives, F the button to select solid state drives, G the button to contact the company. So I will go to cell C and I will select a picture for the cloud storage. We insert a picture and I will look here for the cloud. So this says contact, so this will not be, SSD will not be, HDD will also not be, so it will be the SS button one because this says cloud. And we insert the image here, and for the text I'm just going to type in cloud button. We have this here. In cell E, the button to select hard disk drive. Go to cell E, insert the image, and I will choose the second one because hard disk drive HDD, so it will be this one. And I will type in HDD button for the alternate text. In cell F, the button to select solid state drives. Insert picture and it is solid state drive, so it's SSD. And insert this. In cell G, the button to contact the company. So this will be the last one we have, which is the button 4. Make sure appropriate text is displayed if an image is not available. We already did this while we are inserting the image, but if you have not done this, right click on the image, picture properties, and we are in general, and you can change the alternate text over here. In cell D, place the text from the file STS text. Below this text, add the following new paragraph, updated by followed by your name, center number, and Canadian number. Set this text as H2. Cell D is this one over here. I'll go to cell D and I will open the STS text. Control A to select the text, Control C to copy. I'll close it and Control V to paste the text. And I have to add updated by my name, center number, and Canadian number below this. I will enter and type in my name, enter number, and candidate number. And I have to set this as H2, so I will select this and set it as heading 2. Attach the style CDS style.css to this web page and save your web page. I will go to Format, CSS Styles, Attach Style Sheet, and this will open this window, and I will browse the style sheet they give us, which is the STS style. I will open it up. You can see that some changes have been done here in this paragraph, and I can't seem to notice any other changes. And save your web page. I'm just going to save it. Edit the style sheet sts.css to meet the following specifications. So H1 should be Arial, and if it is not available, it should be Helvetica, and if this is not available, then it should be a sans serif font. It should be 52 points high, italic, and center aligned, and the H2 has to be 7F to the green, and it should be Arial, Helvetica, or sans serif, and fully justified. I will now open the CSS they give us, which is the SDS style. This as opened, and I will just delete this and I will do my formatting. I will start by H1, so we go to format, new style, and I will name this H1. The font family should be Arial, Helvetica, or sans serif, which is the first option. 52 points. So the font size is 52, and this is in pixels, so make sure that you change this to points. It is italic and center aligned. To do italic, go to font style, we choose italic, and for the center alignment, we go to block, text align, and we choose center. And we are done with the H1. We can see that we have Arial, Helvetica, or sans serif. The font size is 52, the font style is italic and center aligned. Now for the H2, the color should be 7F with no blue or red components. So we'll go again to format, new style, and this is for H2. Go to color, more colors, and we just choose a random color, and the first two letters are for red, the second two are for green, and the last two are for blue. So for the red and blue, it should be 0, 0, so there are no components of red and blue. So the first two, which are for red, we'll put in 0, 0, and the last two, which are for blue, we'll put in 0, 0. And the middle one is for green, and green should be 7F. So we just delete the middle two zeros, which are for the green, and we put in 7F. Okay, and this is the color we have. The font should be Arial, Helvetica, or the browser's default sans serif font, which is the one we chose first. So font family, and we just choose the first option, which is always this one. And the text should be fully justified. Go to block, text align, and we choose justify. And we click on OK. So we have the color, have the font family, and the text align, which is justified. Add your name, center number, and can number as a comment at the start of the style sheet. To add a comment in CSS, we do a dash, a star, and this turns green, so this means that this is a comment, and we have to type in our name, center number, and candidate number. Now we have to close the comment, because if you don't close, the rest of the CSS will also be a comment, and this should not be a comment, this should be actual formatting. So to close the comment, we just do the opposite of what we did to start, just put in a star and a dash. Save this style sheet in your SDS folder. I'll just save this because we already have it there. Evidence 5. Take a screenshot showing the content of your style sheet and place this in your evidence to make sure that all contents and the file name are clearly visible. Take a screenshot of this and make sure that this part over here appears, because this part here has the name of it. So we have to take a screenshot like this. So the name is appearing here, we have the comment, and we have the formatting for H1 and H2. You copy and paste this under evidence 5. I chose a little more, so I am just going to crop this real quickly. Display the web page in your browser. If necessary, resize it so that all the page can be seen, all text can be easily read, and the address bar is visible. So I will just save this, go to the folder, and open this up in the browser. We have our HTML over here appear, and all of this should also appear. So I will just decrease the size of the web page, and I will take a screenshot of this, and again make sure that this over here appears, because this is the address bar, so this should appear. We take a screenshot like this. We copy and paste this into the evidence document. Under evidence 6, they didn't give us an evidence document, we have to create one, so that's why I don't have the evidences written here. If you saw the previous video, you know. Play the HTML source in your editor. Take a copy of the HTML source and place this in your evidence document. Notice how it says take a copy of the HTML. So we go to our software, we go to code. This is what we have to display in our evidence document. So to select it all, we go Control A, Control C to copy, and Control V to paste. And this will add in a little bit more of pages and will show some errors, but don't change anything at all. And print your evidence document. Go into File, Print, and we have here all of our evidences, and we print this as printout7. Save this. It looks like that we are done with data manipulation and website authoring of May-June 2019. Hope this helped, and see you guys next time.